Episode 1 Review. Before we start, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's go. The moment Yuta takes off, his gastric genius muscles contract so tightly they protrude beneath his trousers, forcing the air ahead with a sudden burst of pressure. Yuji doesn't see Yuta, but rather thermal ripples in the air caused by the density of the cursed energy. When Yuta first lands with his sword, the blade strikes at a 45-degree angle. Yuji tilts his head only 3 centimeters. The blade whizzes past his ear at supersonic speed, creating a silent bang that partially ruptures Yuji's left eardrum as a microscopic droplet of blood begins to ooze from his ear canal. Yuji holds his breath completely, apnea, to increase the internal pressure in his torso, giving him structural stability. Yuta, on the other hand, exhales a cool breath that appears as a light vapor despite the sweltering heat, a result of the chill of his cursed energy. Yuji plunges into a narrow corridor. He places the sole of his foot against the side wall. The rubber fibers of his shoe partially melt from the violent friction, leaving a black mark on the concrete. Yuji recoils like a projectile. Yuji grips the knife. His fingers press so tightly against the handle that his knuckles turn completely white as blood flow to them is cut off. When Yuji's dagger slammed into Yuta's sword, a momentary cold bond occurs. The metal particles in the two weapons interlock under the pressure of energy. Yuta twists his wrist with surgical flexibility. This simple twist transfers kinetic energy through the blade, causing Yuji's forearm bones, ulna and radius, to vibrate so violently that Yuji feels an electric shock reaching his spinal cord. Yuji notices Yuta overextending his arm when stabbing. Yuji lowers his center of gravity, plants his right foot in a hollow in the floor, and spins his hip with tremendous torque. Yuji's kick strikes the upper third of the blade. In fractions of a millisecond, the steel bends beyond its elastic limit. Microscopic cracks appear, expanding at the speed of light across the blade's structure. The sound of breaking is not a ring, but a dry crack, like a bone snapping silently. Flying metal fragments grazed Yuji's cheek, leaving tiny 1 millimeter deep gashes that began to ooze plasma before blood. The moment Yuji turned to throw a punch, Riga's hand emerged from the shadow dimension. The hand didn't appear all at once, but condensed from a sticky black vapor. Rika's fingers wrapped around Yuji's ribcage. The pressure increased at a rate of 50 pounds per square inch per second. We saw the fibers of Yuji's shirt burst and unravel under the pressure. The alveoli in Yuji's lungs began to collapse, forcing carbon dioxide out of his mouth as a simple foam. Yuji tried to inhale, but his intercostal muscles, between the ribs, were completely paralyzed by Rika's force. Yuji's pupils dilated to their maximum extent, mydriasis, as a result of his sympathetic nervous system's response to confusion and imminent death. Like the video and subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for the next video. Goodbye.